So a student can technically take pre-algebra, algebra 1, algebra 2, geometry, pre-calc, and even calculus, right? They could do that in as little as a year and a half to 2 years. Right now, our current education system gives them about 7 years to do that. That's a lot of wasted time. That is time that children could be building solutions, solving problems in their community. But the math education system sometimes drags it out too much. And so what I've done is I've provided families with a resource of all the topics from pre-algebra all the way to calculus 5, and they can move at the pace of their mastery. How does this work? Well, you take a quick assessment. Well, it's 50 questions, so about 45 minutes. You take an assessment, and it tells us exactly where your child is in the pre-algebra journey. Are they struggling with fractions, decimals, percents, ratios, proportions? We want to know that, and then we want to fix that, right? Once a student is ready for algebra, right, that means they've mastered pre-algebra. Notice that we have the rocket sketch. Then they're ready to do algebra 1 and 2 combined. Algebra 1 and 2 can be completed in one go, combined, because there's a lot of overlap between algebra 1 and 2 concepts. So why not just learn it in one sweep? But while you're doing algebra 1 and 2, that is a type and a focused section of mathematics that deals with certain kinds of concepts, right? You're dealing with equations, inequalities, graphing, things like that. You should also have a different branch of mathematics like geometry and trigonometry. By the way, you had the rocket sketch, you have the rocket loaded, you have the rocket taking off, right? So now you focus on another branch of mathematics. While you're doing algebra 1 and 2, you have a different branch focused on proofs with geometry, Euclid's elements. This is critical because in Nigeria, I remember when I was in SS1, 2, and 3, or 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, which is what you call it in America, we were doing a regular math class and an advanced math class 1 and an advanced math class 2. It was called Further Mathematics Pure and Further Mathematics Applied. That meant that we were doing 3 math courses at the same time at any given point. So what that means is if you want to be very good at mathematics, keep your algebra 1 and 2 going, but then maybe do geometry and trig about once a week or something like that, right? So you're doing about 3 to 4 times a week of algebra 1 and 2 in each week, and then you're doing geometry and trig. We walk this out with students, and we help them walk this out. So don't worry if this sounds like there's a lot going on, but I'll tie it all together in a second. And then the rocket has taken off, right? And then the rocket is in space. So thanks to my friend Joseph Ago for helping me with designing these covers. But these are just workbook journals that your students are going to take notes in, and then they can refer back to these when they have questions. They can refer back to them when they're trying to understand how to factor polynomials in a different context. They go back to the other book that they used. Even though they're in this book, they could go back here if they need to. So students have a resource. It's like they have their library that they can use to refer to for different things. So let's tie it all together. When a student masters pre-algebra, the next set of classes are algebra 1, algebra 2, geometry, pre-calculus, and calculus. Why don't we condense all that into one nice series and then allow students to move at the pace of their mastery? That's what we've done with Counting to Calculus program. And now we have one-on-one tutoring, we have small group tutoring, we have large group tutoring, but you can find what works best for your family and then get your child a resource with a roadmap for excellence in mathematics. Why is mathematics very important at this time in history? Because the whole discussion around AI, the reason why AI works is because of mathematics. AI is actually all built on mathematical algorithms and structures. But many students have not received that foundation that would allow them to be able to go into different fields that have to do with AI and, different STEM careers. There's a lot of STEM careers that are going to grow over the next few years. What do I mean? Space exploration, quantum computing, cybersecurity. There's a lot of opportunities in technology. And you want your children to be ready to go into the world with the right analytical systems. If you can get them into calculus as soon as possible, you're giving them a key that will open lots of doors for them. So that's part of what we're doing with the Counting to Calculus program. We have spots open right now, January of 2026. And our goal is to have small groups of about 8 to 10 students. We have large groups, which is students of about 12 and above, who just want to come in and have an opportunity to watch explanations of examples and things like that. Small groups, we have a little bit of discussion going on. And then we have one-on-one sections where you can get one-on-one instruction in mathematics and science. We cover chemistry and physics as well, and computer science, Python, AI. So if you want your child to be very well prepared for the AI revolution, for the STEM revolution to come, then I want to encourage you to check out the Counting to Calculus tutoring program. Our website is countingtocalculusandbeyond.com, countingtocalculusandbeyond.com, or countingtocalculus.org. If you want to learn more about our program, you could check out our website. And then my email is amosthemathguy@gmail.com. amosthemathguy@gmail.com. Thanks again. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. We want to help students to master mathematics. Why? Because math is beautiful. Take care and have a wonderful day. And thanks again for watching.